Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be debuting a whole new series here where I basically recap a show that I've been watching, and then while I'm recapping it, I'm going to be doing a get ready with me based on an inspired look from the show. Today's look is inspired by Lisa Rinna, and we are going to be talking about the season 10 premiere of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Within the first 5 minutes of the episode, they show Lisa in her interview and she has this full pink smoky glam look.
Do you up your game for Fashion Week? Absolutely you do.
And so I really thought that it'd be fun to get outside of my comfort zone and have fun with my makeup. So if you're interested to see the recap and interested to see how I recreated this look, then pour yourself a glass, grab some popcorn, and let's talk about it. I'm going to be using a little bit of the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette as well as the Conspiracy palette for the obvious shade choice Trisha, and then I'm definitely going to be dipping into my Rise here to deepen up the outer corner. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, a quick disclaimer, so as much as I love following the Housewives, I try to not follow anything that happens beyond the show, meaning I'm only going to be talking about specifically what happened in last night's episode. I have no clue what happens beyond this point. I just want to watch every episode with fresh eyes and know that I still don't know what's coming, so it kind of keeps me interested also. So I just wanted to let you guys know that if you want to discuss things in the comments, that's definitely okay with me, but I'm just going to be talking about what happened in the episode. So I'm going to start by blending in my foundation. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Freshwear foundation in the shade Linen. And okay, let's talk about the episode. So we start off where we see them all packing up. They're getting ready to go to New York Fashion Week. And Kyle actually says that she's a designer, which is interesting because I know she had her boutique and unfortunately that closed down, but everything in there always looked pretty cute. Definitely expensive, of course, they're in Beverly Hills. But as far as actually designing clothes, that's not something that I know her to have experience in, and I don't think that that's anything that she does have experience in, which is pretty evident because she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. We find out that Teddy is pregnant. Kyle also has these bangs. They're very 1996 bangs. It's definitely a look. I don't know if it's the right look, but she has her bangs. She's living her best life. She's packing, getting ready for her own fashion show with clothes that she has no knowledge about. Yeah, it just sounds very much like it's money motivated, which of course it's a business. Of course you want to get a return on your money. But I don't know, for something like fashion, if it was me, I would definitely want to be more connected with the actual designs and not just putting my name on something, because who knows what you're going to end up with. Luckily, she's collaborating with a designer or somebody who produces clothing. I don't know that she's so much a designer. I mean, I'm sure she is. No tea, no shade. I just don't. She doesn't know. I don't, the viewer doesn't know. We don't know really where these clothes are coming from, who's designing them, but her name is on them and she's going to be showing her whole debut at Fashion Week, which is a little bit scary just for, even for a seasoned designer, that's a big deal. So they show all of that and they're getting ready to go to the airport, and then that's when Lisa Rinna's beautiful face comes on the screen, and that's where I got inspired to do the look that I'm going to do today. So next I'm going to go in with the Benefit Boing Concealer. I'm in the shade number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and dot that all over my face and blend that out. Okay, so now that that's all blended out, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the Becca Hydra-mist Set and Refresh Powder. Okay, so then the next scene they show is Kyle and Jeffree are actually in New York and they're reviewing her clothing, which is the first time she's seeing everything, which is even Jeffree, I never ever thought that I would say this, but thank God Jeffree is there because she actually has experience with putting on shows and she is helping Kyle kind of steer the right direction. Okay, so then the next scene they cut over, they show Erica, Denise, Lisa, and Teddy, and they're going across town to go to Erica's old bar that she used to work at. She used to be a go-go dancer there, I guess for 2 years. So they get there and Erica's oh my gosh, things have not changed at all. And then Denise is looking around disappointed because they're not all bare naked. We cut out of that. And then we get introduced to Garcelle, who is new this season. She's actually filling the spot that Lisa Vanderpump left open. And I'm really gonna miss Lisa. I watch Vanderpump Rules all the time, but there is just something different about seeing Lisa on this side of like her personality, because over there she's like definitely #1 alpha, and over here on this show she like always tried to be, or kind of was, but then like things came crashing down, and I really wish that she would have stayed. I don't know. I mean, I guess her time had kind of run its course, but at the same time, I always loved like seeing the views of her house and her outfits and everything. Like, she was definitely a lot of fun to watch. But now we have Garcelle, and she is a former like model slash actress, which aren't they all? But she appeared on the Jamie Foxx show, and she actually like had roles that I feel like I never watched that show, but she definitely looks familiar as soon as they showed her on the screen. And she's a single mom. She has 2 twin boys. And I think it's going to be kind of fun to see, like, if we get to see her date, because she's very pretty. And I think it'd be fun to watch her date and see what's out there, because she definitely lets the viewer know that she's looking for a man and she wants one like right now. Okay, so now I'm ready to get started on the eye. I'm going to dip into the Sweet Talk palette, and I'm going to go into this shade first, just to kind of build up my crease. Okay, so then in the next scene, we see Lisa Rinna, and she's meeting her friend Sutton, who is new to us. We don't know this lady yet. And basically they're going to the Dolce & Gabbana like couture house, where her friend Sutton apparently visits all the time because she's so rich. And they show these clothes on a rack, and everything looks very bejeweled, and like it is really like, whoa, like where do you even wear these clothes to? Okay, so now that we have a light wash of color, I'm gonna deepen it up a little bit more with this shade here. It's called Meadow, and we're just gonna go back into the crease. Oh, that's pigmented. Okay, we're gonna go back into the crease just to kind of lay the pink down and make it look diffused on top before we go in with like the extreme shade color, which I'm so excited for. I've never actually used it before other than swatching it, so we're gonna find out what this looks like. But we cut over to the next scene, and the ladies are out for lunch. It's Denise, Erica, I believe Teddy's there, and Garcelle's there too. And Denise shares that Charlie Sheen, her ex-husband, has filed paperwork to basically opt out of paying his child support, which apparently he didn't pay at all this last year. Okay, and then I'm gonna start building up the outer corner with this shade here, and this is called Feel Free. And definitely, like, they use black, but I don't want to go in with black like right away. I kind of want to just build up in place where my colors are gonna go. But I'm gonna leave my lid clear because obviously that's for the main star of the show. Okay, so now I'm gonna dip into my Rise here, which is just the black from the Conspiracy palette, and it's definitely like super deep. So we're gonna start really lightly and kind of build it up. Okay, so fast forward to the next scene. We're now the night before the fashion show, and they're all getting together to kind of have drinks and celebrate that they're gonna do a show tomorrow, because it sounds like each one of the housewives has a spot on the runway. So now we're gonna go in with the shade Trisha all over the lid. That is pink, and I'm a little bit scared, so we're gonna tap off some of the excess and just go in. And I'm really not scared of getting it in the inner corner either, because that's kind of where Lisa had her shadow placed as well. So we're just really gonna try to go for the same look. I'm gonna go into the ColourPop palette again and just kind of place, there we go. Okay, so this is the shade Garden Date, and it's giving me a little bit more of like a pinky orange vibe, which is not the vibe, but I just wanted to deepen it up a little bit and add more like dimension in the pink. Okay, so far I know it's looking a little bit crazy. We're going to fix that up, but I'm gonna spray my face actually with some rose water spray just to kind of like revitalize my skin before I go in and actually like do my face. And then a trick that I've actually seen Lipstick Nick do is she'll get the color first and then spray the brush, and then go directly on the lid with the wet brush, and bam. I'm gonna go back into my Rise here and just re-deepen that outer V, because we did lose some of the black. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of pigment from the Conspiracy palette and just kind of try to meld these colors together in the crease. I love how vibrant this pink is, like it's so pretty. And I'm actually gonna grab the shade Side to Side from the ColourPop palette, and it has a little bit of glitter to it. Like, why not? Let's just really take it there. Okay, so back to the show. So we cut to the fashion show. The fashion show is happening. Sutton's being extra as usual, saying like, oh, well, I'm not gonna find anybody for my clothes. I get what I want, basically, because like when Lisa was describing her, it sounds like she has a lot of money. Like, I don't know if it's from, I don't think she's currently married, so it's from her divorce. It sounds like they have baseball teams at their disposal and they just have money for like literal eons. Like, they have more money than they would ever need. So I'm gonna diffuse it a little bit on the edges, but I'm just gonna like really saturate that black, and then we're gonna go back in and tidy it up a bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop on my lashes, and I will be right back. So actually, before I put these lashes on, I went over my lashes, my actual lashes, with the Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. And then now I'm gonna pop on the Vegas Nay Bronze Beauty lashes. Like, do you see how gorgeous these are? I am in love. I love these lashes, so I will be right back. Let me put these on. Okay, we're back with lashes on. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the under eye area because I do have a little bit of fallout. So I'm just gonna kind of dust that away. And then I'm going to add concealer to kind of like sharpen up that outer edge. So they cut to the end of the fashion show. Everybody's so excited. And then they show Kyle in like her little interview. And she's like, for amazing as this day was, I could not have predicted what was to come. And then it's like, wait, what? Like, what's happening? So then they go in and they start talking about Denise. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I mean, we're almost there. Like, the eye, I feel like, is definitely a little bit brighter. So I wish I had like a purple to kind of mute it down a little bit, but I like where we are. So right after the interview, then they show on the screen that Denise stopped shooting with the group in December, and then like, of course you're like wondering, well, like, why? What happened? So then they show like all these scenes where basically they're insinuating that she's caught up in some kind of lie that she doesn't want to expose. Like, it's some kind of a secret, some kind of something that she wasn't being truthful about. And then they show a clip of her saying that she is a very married woman and she is like, she's still in love with her husband, which is like interesting. Like, that's suspect. If you have to explain something like that, like, why? Like, you obviously don't have to say that if it's not something you need to be known. Like, that's just something that should happen naturally. She's like a newlywed. She just barely got married. So why wouldn't she be very much in love with her husband and very much married? That's suspect. That's like, wow, like red flags all around. Okay, and then after that, there's a headline that pops up showing that she was in a months-long passionate affair with Brandy Glanville, of all people. Brandy Glanville back in the day was like a crazy psycho bitch who was friends with like Yolanda, but then like flipped on her, and then was friends with Lisa and flipped on her. Like, she's just very, like, she's toxic, dramatic, like Brandy Glanville, really. And she it's just a lot. Like, she's supposed to be married, first of all, to a man, and now they're saying that the cast exposed Denise on like having an affair with Brandy. That's just crazy. That was like so unexpected. I had no idea any of that stuff was happening. Okay, so then they like show that headline and they're like, wait, what? And then like Denise is like, oh, I'm sure you'll see what happens. And then at the very end of the episode, the producer is like, they show Denise coming to sit down for her interview, and then they're like, are you ready to talk about it? And then she's just like, like, what does that mean? And then the episode ends. So that is episode number 1. That was crazy. Like, what a crazy way to open up the season. That's just wild. What did you guys think about that? But I'm gonna jump back in and finish my face so we can get a finished look here. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is bronze up my face. I'm gonna go in with the True Match Lumi Bronze It Bronzer, which is pretty much what I've been using every day, and I'm using the shade 02. Of course, Denise Richards is not a saint, you know, like, she was married to Charlie Sheen. Of course, she's not like this very modest, like, I would never type of person. And I don't think she claims to be that, but like, she comes off on camera like a regular person. Let's go into, I have a BH Vanilla Cream Truffle palette, which is super cute. It has a lot of different choices. I'm gonna go with, ooh, think I'm gonna take a combination of this one and that one. Maybe this one. Maybe these two. These three. I'm gonna go ahead and mix all of them up. Looking at her photo again, it looks like she definitely has more champagne highlight. I'm gonna go in with the Jeffree Star Sarcophagus highlight, and I would show you guys the color, but I'm scared that it's gonna fall out because unfortunately I dropped it. So I kind of just had to like press in all the pieces, so it's definitely not stable. Even though Lisa doesn't really have a bright inner corner, like it's mostly just pink, I'm gonna add a little bit anyways. Oh, you know what I should do? Okay, scratch that. I'm going to grab my pencil brush, and we're actually not done with the eyes completely yet, but let me grab a pencil brush and then I'm gonna add a little bit of like that pink glitter on the inner corner. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this right here and add like a pop of shine. And now with another pencil brush, I'm going to basically drag the colors under my eye. So we get close, like this is what it's looking like. I mean, I think I like it. I'm just using the Milani Stay Put eyeliner in shade 01 After Dark. Okay, you guys, so this is going to be the finished look. I really like how it came out. It's definitely smoky, it's definitely pink, and it's definitely inspired by this photo. I think I got pretty close to where I wanted to go with this, and I had a lot of fun recreating it. I hope you guys had fun watching. I definitely plan on doing more of these recap videos and doing a look to go along with it that was inspired by the episode. If there are any other shows that you are interested in me talking about or recapping, definitely let me know. I watch a lot of Bravo. If I'm not watching Bravo, I'm probably watching Gossip Girl on Netflix. It's one of the two. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.